We are live.
Hello, everybody. Craig, you're a Patriots fan, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure who your favorite team was. Yesterday, I found out who your least favorite team is, but I just wanted to make sure I had it all straight.
Good.
Good for that guy. Good for the fucking Raiders, you know?
Fuck the Raiders. Am I right?
I do have to say, as much as I think it's a great, what's the kid's name that came out? Cam Nassib or something like that?
Yeah. Clay Nassib?
Clay Nassib? Carl Nassib?
CN is his initials for sure.
Be great if I got canceled for this, like just not knowing. I didn't give it the time to learn his name. But yeah, good for whoever he is.
Carl Nassib.
Carl Nassib. Okay, I was pretty close.
I typed in.
It was one of my 6 guesses.
In Google, I just typed in Raiders gay defensive end.
Well, that's what makes it so funny, because I think it should be perfectly acceptable if there are more closeted players in the NFL. They should all be able to come out without repercussions or criticism. It's just silly at this point. But if you told the Raiders of, say, the 80s about Carl Nassib, I suspect, just given their image, that they may not be quite as accepting.
I do not think Bill Romanowski would take it well.
You don't think so? You don't think he'd handle it maturely and say, well,
not.
What a man does in his bedroom.
He probably puts like holes in his locker with his knuckles, doesn't even feel it. He's just so mad.
It is wild that it's taken us this long, though, and homophobia has always been the strangest thing to me, just because, I mean, I guess back in the day we were a lot more closed off, so anything odd sexually wasn't accepted or talked about or anything.
Right.
But now it's like, we're accepting of trans people, which is great. We're, accepting of people who like a ball gag in their mouth and a popsicle stick up their ass. Why is having sex with a guy even a taboo thing anymore? Like, why is it a thing that's discussed?
I don't know why people give a shit if 2 other people or whatever the fuck is going on are doing something that doesn't involve you at all. Who gives a shit?
Have at it.
That's what I mean.
It's very, now for me, it's just the touch of a man I don't care for. We're too big and hairy. Maybe I've only dealt with myself. Maybe I need a twinkish fella to really get into it. But for me, it's not my cup of tea. But who gives a fuck where you put your penis at night? Like, why is this even a thing? Why does this guy Carl Nassib have to make a video and say, guys, you got me, I'm gay, and we're all like, wow, can you believe it?
Well, I was listening to the Jerry Callahan podcast today for a little bit.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
And they talked about this, Jerry and some guy, whoever, what's his name?
Yes, some surly fellow who was apparently dragged there against his will.
It seemed that way. But they were talking about this, and Jerry brought up a great point that this guy did it correctly. He made sure he was established in the league first, not like Michael Sam, and that he donated like $100,000 to some LGBTQ.
Yeah, and good for him. And it's different than that was my issue with the whole Michael Sam thing, was like, well, do we know that Michael Sam can play in the league? Like, we're having this argument like he should be drafted higher. It's like, why? Because we found out he has sex with guys? Like,
Well, before you can,
then I'll start having sex with guys if that's what it takes to get drafted in the NFL.
Yeah,
nice contract, cash out.
Michael Sam wasn't even going to get drafted. They were speculating before he came out, and that's why
it was a PR. I mean, look, he's not in the league anymore. It was a publicity thing. Whereas
started.
What's that?
I don't know if he ever made a start.
No, I don't think. I mean, he played. It was a big deal when he played a couple preseason games. God, we would have heard about it endlessly if he played a game.
Oh yeah.
But that's the thing, is like, I'm sure there are guys that have done a lot of stranger things sexually in the NFL that had sex with a man. That I can guarantee you.
For sure.
I would imagine there are guys that have, had sex with a belt tied around their neck and fucking clamps on their nipples. I'm certain there's a lot weirder shit than saying, hey, buddy, you want to suck me off in the bathroom?
Something involving ropes, ice cubes, and cigarette burns. I'm sure it's been done.
Right. So, like, let's all get over it, you fucking homophobes. Which, by the way, I think this is a paper tiger I'm fighting here. A straw man. where like we're like, hey, take that homophobia. Whereas everyone I saw on Twitter was like, hey, good for him.
I'm curious to see. I can't wait to hear the mic'd up games now, though.
Yeah, that will be interesting. Maybe there'll be maybe a few words tossed out there.
Oh, for sure. How many flags you think you're gonna see flown, and the refs just not gonna explain what happened?
A little bit of trash talk. Penalty on 96. Don't worry about why.
I heard the N-word was a 15-yard penalty. So I imagine
that's not true, is it? They talked about that, but did it end up happening?
Oh, I don't know. I thought it did. I never, I guess, looked into it.
I don't know. I've never heard it called. If they did do it.
Well, that's what I was saying. I used to do a thing about that, saying like, I can't imagine the referee that's going to throw the flag and then have to say what happened over the microphone.
He's like, jeez. Well, this was fine in a different generation, but now.
Yeah. That was a fun.
It's every play.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I go, there's going to be 15-yard penalties every play. This is back when Nassib Talib was in the league. You don't think he said it? He said it on friggin' radio in Boston.
Yeah. But good for Carl Nassib. I thought that was a good story, and hopefully more people will be comfortable doing that. I just never understood the fascination with where people put their pricks. It's the same with like relationship. Like why, I've looked up shit about John Mulaney lately just to kind of see how he's doing, to like follow him, and everything's like he's fucking Olivia Munn. I know it. And it's like who possibly gives a shit?
Nobody.
No. I mean, I guess he is maybe a bad example because like the whole divorce thing is an interesting thing because he's talked about his wife in his stand-up, but like, who gives a fuck if he's banging a model or a lady we don't know? Who gives a shit?
I don't know. I never understood it. It's always like the it's when like policy changes come in is the only time I really sort of care, and even then I don't.
Right.
Because it's like I know. A very small percentage of people, like not even 1% of people, is gonna, cause a change for the whole fucking country. It's like,
breaks. Here we go. Here's where Craig starts talking about his gay marriage thought. He's gonna be at Raiders games protesting.
I don't care, people. I have
Bring Raiders back. Al Davis is rolling over in his grave.
Plenty of gay friends.
Do you?
I have a couple. Yeah.
I don't have. I realized this at one point. My buddy Dean was my best black friend in high school, and we've lost touch over the years. And it's dawned on me lately that I don't have any non-straight white friends. I don't think, and that's not by choice. So don't try. You can clip that however you want, but it's not by choice. But it's just, I guess I grew up in a white area, and I've worked at it's Entercom's fault, really, because I worked at Entercom for 3 years, and it was all white people. That's who I'm friends with. Entercom's racism is why I don't have a diverse group of friends.
I can't find my way out of it. Yeah, one of my best friends is Spanish.
Well, good for you. Look at you.
I'm breaking it up, but I grew up in a very white town as well, and my buddy Greg, he was my first black friend. And the first time I met him was in a Little League game. It was like when he first moved to town, he got hit by a pitch and charged the mound with the bat.
Well. I don't want to say who that's just like, but
that's when I knew I was going to, be friends with him.
I like to think that some SJW stumbled upon this podcast today and just turned it on and found two white guys counting the black people they know.
It all started when they didn't know the gay man's name.
And the intro to the conversation doesn't make any sense. We were talking about a gay football player. And I'm like, I've known a couple black guys in my day.
Couldn't remember his name. Googled gay defensive end.
Yeah, this is a wildly offensive episode.
It writes itself, the hippies.
But good. We do that to make sure you're on board. So you're either with us or against us, folks.
Yeah, right.
But speaking of a guy that wouldn't care, so you listen to Jerry's podcast?
I listened to a lot, not all of it yet. I'm in the middle of it, I would say.
What contract did Carano sign that said he has to be there?
I think there was gun at the back of his head from the way he sounded.
Jesus Christ. He sounded miserable. I thought he wanted that. It seems like it's being forced on him. I thought he wanted the job.
I related actually to him because he tried to talk a few times, and I don't think Jerry heard him. So then he just stopped talking.
Oh, really? Me and Jerry got the same microphone.
Maybe he's got that headphone thing, so that automatically sounds like shit. Jerry has.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't.
I always liked though. You mean the ones like Felger and Maz use at live broadcast?
Yeah, but the feedback on Jerry's is crazy.
Oh, okay.
Because Carano comes in so smooth and nice.
Yeah. Well, I will say, I'm guessing of the guys in the running, Carano seems to have probably the most experience, I guess, at producing shit. And I would say, if we're just basing it on experience, from what I've heard, you should probably be back in the running.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, from the
Yeah, I don't know if you heard this other guy, but
oh yeah, I was I had the pleasure of being on All in the Minute Family this weekend.
I saw that, yes.
And I got to I came on with Cullinane. It felt good. Cullinane was there, and I played a machine gun sound effect.
Oh, that I thought you were digging. I didn't understand what that was.
I was making fun of their new producer. Yes.
Okay, I was like, this is some reference that I don't get.
that was it. I was like, weird.
I was like, is he taking shots at Cullen? I don't understand the rivalry here.
No. I was making fun of Dave too.
So okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Apparently, I don't know. Maybe Jerry's been hoodwinked or something. So hopefully, Carano wants to do it, but it did not sound like it from what I heard.
After it eventually he ended up talking a lot more, and I thought their back and forth was pretty good actually.
Oh, really? See, I got about 20 minutes in or something.
Yeah, it was after that. It was like
okay, good.
Halfway mark a little more. He started talking to him more because beginning of Jerry's shows, he often monologues.
Yeah, and I'm if they've never done shows together, really, I imagine it's tough to know when to jump in and all that.
Right? Exactly.
But speaking of jumping in, I'm jumping in head first. Wednesdays just got a whole lot wackier, folks. If you don't have Twitter, then you may not have seen the great Kirk Minahan tweeted out, "I will be on Mondays and Wednesdays." And just so we nip this right in the bud right now, because I've already seen you cunts popping up, I'm not getting paid, and don't fucking concern yourself with it. I don't want it. I didn't even bring it up. First of all, I kind of I dug my heels in a little bit on not getting paid by Barstool, so I kind of got to stick to my guns there, I guess.
Well, things have changed.
In what way?
There was a Dave Portnoy show a few weeks ago, and he sounded like he realized he'd fucked up in regards to dealing with you.
He talked about me a few weeks ago?
Yeah, he was very complimentary of you, and basically
not when Kirk was on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no real beef with him. I mean, my beef is the same that it always was, where like I don't think I was always treated right, but he would probably say I talked too much shit about him. So it is what it is. It's in the past, but also like, I don't know. I don't think I need to get paid right now. It's not a being in there on Mondays and Wednesdays, which I've done a couple now, have been fun. So I figured, why stop the fun? Why not keep going? If it comes up where where it conflicts with my actual work or something, or I need, if the old Patreon starts not doing so hot, then maybe I'll need a little financial compensation. But for now, I just like coming in. So as long as that keeps up, I'll keep chugging along on Mondays and Wednesdays. And I imagine Carabas still in Fridays. I'm not sure about that.
That did not seem like that's the way it was going.
We'll see. I don't know. Did he tweet something, Carabas, by the way?
So in Madawaska, Kirk said that.
Yeah. And then Jared responded to it, right?
Yeah, showing that he was trying to be on the show, and Kirk said no. That was what the text exchange was.
I thought it was a weird move to post. I mean, it didn't say anything bad. I just think that's an odd move.
I probably would have done something similar. I would have probably maybe gave a warning or something, but
meaning just to prove that you want to be on or whatever.
Right, because that was the whole thing. Because Kirk said that, and then like the floodgates on Twitter from shit I've seen where like, oh, Carabas. So I actually really like Jared on the show. I know people.
I like Jared too. Yeah,
I think he's interesting. It's kind of nice.
Well, people just want someone to hate. you know, when Jared's in, that's the only day I listen to the show because I'm on the others.
Right.
So when Jared's in, I enjoy listening to it. People just want someone to, you know, fuck with, and maybe that'll be me or Justin now that he's in there, or Cullinane, or who knows who it'll be. But
Right.
I that's the main reason I texted Kirk today, because I was like, I'm feeling a lot better. There was a, you know, little Twitter dust up over the weekend that I probably shouldn't have even gotten involved in, but that kind of showed me like, oh, this isn't, you know, who really gives a fuck? I can get into it if I want, and it doesn't ruin my life. And then if I get too fucking worked up about it, I can turn off Twitter. It's not that big a deal. That's the other reason I don't really want any sort of, you know, compensation for going in, because then it's like, that's my job. And I think that's kind of what got to me before, where I was getting so fucking worked up about every little criticism that people gave me, because I was probably taking it too personally because it was my job. Whereas now I'm like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, you don't like me, then screw.
Yeah. Tell Kirk he can send that money my way. I'll gladly accept it.
I should. That was the one thought I had, is I should just take the job so I can take a job, like ask for money so I can pay Craig. All that money is just going to
my Venmo's open, people.
Craig Acone, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
You should donate to Craig. Think about that. He works for free for this program. So
I retweeted. I had the hardest retweet of my life today.
What's that?
It was Chris visiting nurse from Rhode Island. Did you see it?
Oh, I think so.
He was like, "Oh, something about
you said all the hard work you do or something."
Yeah, and I was like, "Ugh," and I retweeted it anyways.
Oh, I noticed.
It was.
I noticed the not so subtle begging. You'll get your money in due time. People, tell people to subscribe to patreon.com/blindmike so Craig and I can live.
We're
feed our families.
The kid's crying in the other room. He's eating Ritz crackers for dinner.
Yeah, so that'll be fun, and you'll hear me on Mondays and Wednesdays starting Monday. So that's pretty much that in the, you know, podcasting world, I think. Oh no, there's another podcasting story that maybe we'll get to later. But first and foremost, I'm much more concerned about the movie landscape. There's a trailer. I guess, you know, I thought that I was onto something that no one had seen, but then I think it was trending on Twitter at some point. Movie trailer for a very needed film, a necessary film, came out titled Karen. Can you guess what that's about, folks?
I wish we played this off just for the people in the chat to see when they realized it was real and not a joke.
Well, I mean, I guess. Well, how could we couldn't have presented it as like, hey, this is a hilarious sketch, because it's not even that. It's not funny. It's just bizarre. So if you're wondering what Karen is about,
this being a BET movie, by the way, is, you know, chef's kiss.
Say that again.
This being a BET original movie is the chef's kiss of the whole story.
Oh, is that what it's on, as BET?
Yeah.
That's why it was made for TV or something. Boy, that's a shame that BET wouldn't be like, no, fuck off.
Well, the comment section on this are not great. Yeah,
this seems much more like a white network, and believe me, I'm sure BET is run by white people, but this seems more like, you know, Lifetime or the Hallmark Channel to show how progressive they are.
I'm gonna look up BET president, see what happens.
I don't know. I was gonna say I guarantee it's a white guy, but I don't know if they would be that blatant about it.
Scott Mills.
Well, it doesn't sound particularly diverse.
Let me open up images here that might help. No, it's he looks like Tiki Barber, kind of.
Oh, all right. I take it back, BET. I apologize. Scott Mills, you're the one. Now I'll shame a minority. Scott Mills, fuck you.
I mean,
for putting this on television.
He could possibly get a sunburn, but, you know.
I hear you. I understand. Listen, after that first 10 minutes, I don't know if we should be, you know.
That's true. No more.
We shouldn't get the color palette out.
What kind of toast is this guy?
How long are we leaving it in the toaster oven? So yeah, Karen is about exactly what you would imagine it's about. I should say your first thought is probably, well, it's not about that. It's not just about a white lady who is hassling some minority in the streets for a misdemeanor. It's got to be about something else. But sure enough, let's play the trailer, I guess, and let the people in on what Karen is all about.
Guess this is a long way from East Point.
Baby, you just gotta give it a chance. Tell me about your new neighbors. They're black.
Oh, oh no!
She looks like what's her face? Oh, I can't fucking think of it. On SNL. No, it was no.
Give me some hints here. I don't see who we're talking about.
I'm losing. My brain just shut off. I fucking forget.
Tina Fey, Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler.
All right.
She looks like Amy Poehler. This woman.
Well, that is. The casting makes sense, I guess. That is the type of lady you would want playing Karen. I like that they're building it up as this horror movie. And by the way, I know Twitter pointed it out already, but I mean, you might as well just call it. This movie is very similar to Get Out. If you liked Get Out, watch this. Should be the title. I mean, the whole premise is like Get Out, but instead of any subtlety that Jordan Peele had, we're gonna beat you over the fucking head with it.
You're getting smashed.
We're gonna let you really know just what this movie is about, not by delivering a message of any kind. We're just literally going to tell you what the movie is about.
You don't comply, I'll tell the manager.
Well, I mean, did they look in a book called Karen Phrases?
Literally, the first thing they do is they're right in this trailer right now. Karen is putting up security cameras pointing at their house. Like, come on.
It's like whoever wrote this film woke up from a coma and someone told him about what Karens were. Like, oh yeah, there's this term Karen that people, and he's like, that's great. I bet no one has used that in anything. I bet no one has referenced Karen at all. So I'm going to be the first guy to kind of make that observation.
Right.
He puts all the fucking, can you get me your manager? Like, that's in the first 3 seconds of the trailer.
No shit. Wonder if it is a comedy and the trailer just makes it seem like a horror movie.
That'd be great. Like the way they do with I'm trying to think of what the movies were, but like there's a series like that on YouTube. Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, that's the best one.
Where they take the Mrs. Doubtfire trailer and make it a horror movie.
Yeah, they also did that with Full House, I think.
Yeah, and they did. I guess this is being. I remember reading some. I haven't seen anything about it since, so maybe the project just died. But I remember Will Smith attaching his name to it. But they made a trailer like if Fresh Prince was a drama, and it was actually really well done. And you were I was watching it like, boy, this seemed like a cheesy idea, but like that, it makes more sense as a drama almost.
I feel like that show was basically, it was a drama with some jokes in it. It was already
Fresh Prince.
Yeah, I thought some of the parts in that fucking thing.
Yeah, Carlton's dance was always a real tearjerker.
Well,
yeah, Jeffrey the wacky butler was a real dramatic character.
They had its heavy parts though.
Oh, it sure did. Well, that's what the scene where Will Smith tells his dad to fuck off. That's pretty much what got him his big movies.
The hell with him.
Yeah. Uncle Phil grabs him and hugs him.
Yeah.
Tell me that doesn't warm your heart.
It's good. It's
really those were my friends growing up. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I let them in my home every week.
Let's get back.
But yes, back to Karen, which I mean, it has the subtlety of a Louisville Slugger to your temple.
They should have literally this movie, if it wanted to be any sort of get any awards possibly for TV movies. I don't know if that's a fucking thing. Call the movie something else. Have the woman's character not be named Karen, but just have her do Karen-like things.
Exactly. Yeah, little things like that would have made you not laugh this off the second you see the trailer.
That's what I mean.
It would still be cringeworthy, but like you're right. Like for an Emmy for TV, best TV movie or something.
Yeah.
That's all they had to do, but they made it laughable.
By the way, as a white guy, this is pretty racist, and I don't approve of it, this movie.
It is very racist. I would agree with you. Actually, this is actually one that this is racist.
This is very racist.
Like, this is the most racist. Forget any fucking tweets or any of that silliness. This is the most racist thing. People trying to not be racist is easily the most racist thing in our society now.
Yes. And a perfect example of that I have for at some point, hopefully today, is the way Ikea celebrated Juneteenth.
Yeah, we'll get to. So I don't know. You told me that story right before the show, so we'll get to that. But I want to finish the Karen trailer first.
Somebody's taking home security serious.
Hi, I am Karen Drexler. I'm your neighbor. You need to be taking your trash cans off the curb right when the trash is picked up.
Is she nice?
Yeah, she's nice.
Wait a minute. We have a white entitled neighbor named Karen.
Karen.
Pause.
Enjoy yourself.
I hope when you see now, this is just the trailer, so remember it's not the full movie. I hope when you see her next line is, they didn't really write it like that, did they? Rewind a second.
Let's see here.
Nice.
Wait a minute. We have a white entitled neighbor named Karen.
Karen.
You're not telling me these pandering fucks wrote that, right? I hope that's her next line. Because otherwise this movie doesn't make any fucking sense.
Oh, they have African decor on the wall. She's gonna hate that.
Oh, I imagine she's gonna have a problem with it, but she's gonna deny. That's why it's that they were, they weren't taking their trash barrels out on the right day.
Oh my god, if that happened to me. That's why I'm like disgusted with myself that I screamed at my neighbor that day who was yelling at his kid.
Right.
I was like, oh, if someone came up to me and told me something about my trash barrels, I would fucking hit them.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. I am a white man, and I've been victimized by this same goddamn assault. I'm not good with words, so I know that doesn't make any sense, but you get my point. Is that we had an incident with the trash barrels, and I'm white, for God's sake. These Karens don't let anything slide.
That's true. People forget. You're stupid.
Maybe that's the message of the movie. Wouldn't that be great if this was all about how Karens aren't racist? They're like, see, Mike Geary was hassled about his trash barrels as well.
Look at all my adoptive kids.
Enjoy yourself.
There she is, slaving away in the kitchen.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That line was horrible.
There she is, shucking and jiving.
There she is, slaving away in the kitchen.
Yeah, there she is, Jim Crowing in the kitchen.
Brutal.
I've come across some very suspecting teenagers.
Suspecting?
Can you please hurry up? Please, it's an interview.
It seems like this movie has taken every single news headline
And just crammed it into one lady.
Yeah.
Craig, it seems like that because that's exactly what they did.
Because this I've seen these videos when the woman's like, these people get down here, like to the cops, and the kid's just like, I didn't fucking do anything.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's someone who has seen all of these Karen videos and said, we should write a movie about that. Instead of just saying, like, hey, we should write maybe a 3-minute sketch about it.
Someone got really high and watched all the Karen videos in a row and went, that was a good flick.
Yeah. What if one lady did all of this? Wouldn't that be fucking nuts?
By the way, Karens don't like managers. It's not based on their skin. They just don't like managers or people underneath managers. This has nothing to do with race.
Well, it's kind of it's taken on. Karen has sort of taken on a racial thing, but I think you're right. I think it is more often just fucking nosy busybodies who can't keep their yap shut. No matter what the race the person is, anyone in authority, she's tattling on them.
This was the part of the trailer with these kids filming her and she trying to call the cops on them that I thought it was still a joke up to this point.
This is also the part of the trailer where Jordan Peele got to this and said, "Well, why did I even fucking try?"
Well, all right, where I have it paused
this
right-
also got on TV. He's like, "Sure, I was nominated for a fucking Oscar, but I could have just done this. It would take me 40 minutes."
This looks like a joke.
Right.
It just looks like a joke.
It looks like you were like if Get Out came out the exact same time as a Karen video and SNL did this as a sketch. You'd be like, "Oh, that's not bad compared to what else is on SNL."
You know what's funny too is she doesn't have Karen hair, like the typical Karen haircut.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in the writer's room, they went, all right, we have to draw the line somewhere. You got to have normal-ish hair.
I think that's their big subtle thing. They're like, no. We're not going to give her the hair.
She's not going to be blonde either.
Yes, that'll throw everyone for a loop. Then we won't just be fucking shallow boobs who are writing a bland script with a message that everyone already understands.
Oh, shit. My phone just went off. There's an Amber Alert. Haven't had one of those in a while.
I'm innocent. Here's my alibi, folks.
Look at this alibi right here.
Yeah.
Not us. 2006 blue BMW 3214D. Keep a lookout, people.
Keep your eyes peeled, gearheads.
Find them.
It's probably one of you, so just know that they're looking for you.
Just if you're listening to this, your Patreon app,
The odds are pretty good.
and you're flying down the highway with your nephew, just know they're coming for you.
Yeah, listen, I know you hate your ex-wife, pal. She can be a real bitch sometimes, but the law is the law. And this ain't going to look good for you in court. So just come on.
Boy, isn't it? I was listening to the Blind Mike Project and I had a change of heart.
Please return your child. It ain't worth it.
Time
No
for
kid's
that.
worth it.
Yeah. That's going to be a great court transcript one of these days.
Oh, by the way, while I remember it, shout out to Matt from Rhode Island for cutting our clips. I forgot to do it on the last episode. So, Matt, I apologize. But make sure you check out Vaulted Podcasts. Matt's made it a lot easier on us, cutting up the clips for us and everything. I think he's helping me with the new intro for the new podcast as well. So, shout out Matt from Rhode Island and check out Vaulted Podcast if you want to do a podcast just like this one.
Just like this.
Then check out Vaulted Podcasts.
And
Matt from RI on Twitter.
I would tell you to listen to his podcast, Average Nobodies, but his two co-hosts like basically refuse to do the show. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. So he keeps trying, they keep backing out, and I fucking hope the two of them hear this and start recording the goddamn show again so we can promote it.
Average
that
Nobodies. What the fuck? Well, tell Matt to come on here sometime. We'll chat with him about it.
Yeah, I'm going on there, I think, at some point as well.
If it even exists.
If it even fucking exists.
Yeah.
These people backing out last second bullshit.
All right, back to Karen.
Back to Karen.
Teenagers.
Suspecting?
Can you please hurry up? Please, they're very aggressive. Yep.
I left my wallet with my ID at home.
Leave us alone. We didn't do anything.
How the heck?
Forgot the cop was in on it.
Boy, the dialogue is so intricate. And again, subtle. Leave me alone. I didn't do anything. In case you were wondering if I did something and Karen was warranted in her complaints, no, she wasn't, as a matter of fact.
Why can't I make a mainstream movie? The writer says, as he said, leave me alone. I didn't do anything.
What if we took a movie that's already been done before? You mean years ago it was done? Well, technically years, like 2 or 3 years ago. And we strip it of all its nuance. And we just make it palatable for, simpletons and children to consume.
We'll take Wish.com Amy Poehler, make her a Karen.
I guess we'll put it on BET. Is that all right? They're like, "Whoa, that's way more than we expected." Sure.
Whoa, it's on BET, so they're obviously automatically going to love it. Like I said, there's a lot of thumbs downs on this video, more than thumbs up.
Oh, that's absurd. It deserves thumbs up because I enjoyed watching the video.
We are for sure, when this studio is done, we are definitely watching this movie and then recording immediately afterwards.
Oh yeah, this is clearly a. I guess it wouldn't be TV time capsule, but I guess this is on TV.
It's true. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, TV time capsule it is. Yeah, whatever this. When does this come out? Do we have a date?
I'm sure it'll say it at the end of this video. I don't remember.
Yeah. So whenever that is, maybe we'll watch it live with everyone. This should be appointment viewing for the gearheads.
Yeah, we'll live stream while we're watching it.
Yeah.
I'll be able to pull it up, I think.
So yeah, we'll see when the date is, and maybe we can pull that off.
This neighborhood. Next thing you know, we have criminals. You take care of him,
And you know who the criminals are, right?
We have criminals.
You know what the criminals look like. I put in quotes criminals. I'm surprised they didn't actually ever do that.
So, I would like to report a robbery. Okay, what did the person look like? Come on.
They looked like someone that would be robbing me. You know what I mean?
Close your eyes. What do you picture? That's him.
Now picture that person's white. Well, they weren't.
Man stepping out of the car.
My office has uncovered some disturbing information on her and her brother.
Oh, the cops
She doesn't
are
like black people.
Fuck, I thought over it.
Again, boy, the nuance. I'm not sure I get what this movie's about. I'm not sure a dummy like me can wrap his mind around what the message of this movie is.
This seems like what they were going for with that TV show, The Neighbors.
Yeah.
Except these
just every idiot that's still watching cable television, please watch this.
I mean, it got the message out there today.
It did. That they did. Well, you know what I love is I think he kind of gets the joke, but it's also still his art, so he doesn't want to fully give in. But the guy who wrote it was like, "Boy, everyone's comparing me to Jordan Peele. Awfully nice." And it's like, you know, just fucking stop trying to be positive, Pete, you jackass. Everyone's mocking you. Except you're beating.
She doesn't like black people.
We have a search warrant.
Well, I'm black. I know, she doesn't like you either.
What did that lady think? well, I'm black. Actually, lady, you're also on the list.
She doesn't like you either. I want to sell the house.
Hey, lady, you know what? Karen noticed that. It didn't get by. It was not lost on Karen.
Believe it or not, this neighborhood doesn't look at, people for the content of their character. They immediately see that skin color.
Well, I'm black. Yeah, bingo, lady. You get what I'm trying to tell you. Why do you think I'm mentioning this?
Everyone in this movie sucks at acting except for this kid, by the way.
The kid's the greatest.
The black woman that just said that, well, I'm black, just had the fucking blankest look on her face when she said it.
Well, I'm black. Yeah, lady. That's why I'm talking to you about this. Why do you think I didn't bring it up to the white mailman, huh? When he came by?
Why do you think he didn't care?
Why do you think I specifically brought it up to you?
She doesn't like black people.
We have a search warrant.
Well, I'm black.
Oof.
Wait. We have a search warrant.
It's just part of the trailer. Like they're going to look through his house.
I hope we find out what that's about.
I heard there's old English 40s in here.
Is there a black man in here? You're under arrest. We got a warrant. Well, Karen's on pretty good standing here. We usually just take her word for it.
We heard that you bought some Swisher Sweets down the convenience store, and no one actually smokes those, so I know what you're doing with those.
What I can't wait for is the twist. Where, is it going to be that Karen sets these people up? Like, what's going to be the hook? What I really hope it is that the whole movie, like they have fooled us, and the whole movie is just this little kid going, yeah, yes, she is racist. What are you not? Why is no one? Why am I the only one getting this?
Doesn't her and the Karen and her brother, the cop brother, don't like murder everyone that's black in the neighborhood? Isn't that the thing? Isn't that
that what they do?
I think so.
Spoilers.
I only have this information from this trailer.
Boy, I don't like that they give that away.
Oh yeah, no, there's no secrets.
I guess that's how they hook you.
Yeah.
Oh, all the black people die. I guess I'll watch it.
What I do? You can't tell me, huh?
We are living next door to a racist. You went in her house?
It's like she found out Jeffrey Dahmer was living next door.
Just so you know, the hint that I thought was it just showed her staring in their window holding a revolver. So
Okay. See, I don't pick up on the subtleties.
that's weird. You have a hard time getting the visual cues, Mike?
I do at times. Yes. No one's ever mentioned that, but
Yeah.
I thought I should bring it up.
Strange.
Yeah. So I think. Jesus, just keep playing. I guess I apologize.
Our little secret, right?
That was not standard police procedure back there.
What do we have here?
Where you got a hammer, everything looks like nails.
You people.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say.
very angry.
Sorry, rewind for a second. But I just wanted to point out that the neighbor, when she finds like Karen's if racism is such a problem in the country, why is this lady so stunned that Karen is racist? It's like, don't you face it every day? Is this Karen lady? Like, that's the big reveal. Karen is racist?
What a great
No.
point, Mikey. Great point.
Yeah, I like making serious points during this very serious Karen trailer.
Where you got a hammer, everything looks like nails.
You people are very angry.
Shut your mouth, boy.
You ain't from around here, boy.
No, it's just raining, and the cop just goes, "Shut your mouth, boy." Would you pluck these two from like 1920?
Yeah, and people criticize the movie Crash for being like kind of over the top, not very subtle, obvious racial points. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
It won an Oscar, but like since it won the Oscar, people have talked about how it's overrated and it's very pandering. I don't really think that's true, but others do. Like, I think Crash is a decent movie. However, I'll say if we're comparing the two in the subtleties of racism, you wouldn't even know race was involved in Crash if we're comparing that to this.
I was saying,
and how unsubtle this is.
When you first said that, I thought you were talking about that Jason Statham movie, When His Heart Stops. What's that one?
Crank. That's
Crank.
Yeah.
That'd be great if he was racist. And they kept.
No, I'm talking about the Pete Holmes show, Crashing.
That'd be great though if his heart, when he revives his heart, he just screams the N-word and like,
he's racist. He doesn't. If his adrenaline stops. I'm taking you to IKEA.
I can't be having all these Indian doctors. he gets
Asians can't drive. No, Jason, come back to us.
He clutches his chest. I don't know why that made me laugh so much, but it did. And here we are.
Guineas have a bad temper.
Dagos. Dagos everywhere.
Now, yes, I'm also willing to acknowledge that was the one racial slur I'm allowed to throw out. So,
Dago, Guinea, Wop, Goomba.
I had to get away with it. Yeah.
all Italians. We're clear. Safe. My life. Let's get back to this. Let's calm our racist thoughts down before we
just shuffling through the Rolodex of stereotypes.
We can say Mick too. We can say Mick, Wop, Goomba, Guinea.
The drunks. All of them.
They beat their kids.
Trans athletes shouldn't compete in the Olympics. That's Crank 2 when he gets transphobic.
God damn it, that was funny. Trans people shouldn't right.
But then when his heart gets going again, he's like, there should be 3 bathrooms.
Yeah, he overcompensates. They're gonna find more hours. Boosh. No, somebody doing that.
There are 76 genders.
Uh,
How do we get a hold of Statham's people? I think we're onto something.
yeah, that premise with his character from Spy. That'd be a great movie. Spy, by the way, underrated funny movie.
Is it? I've not seen it.
I think
I've seen the first Crank, but not the version that we've come up with.
Crank meaning just old, angry, racist. No, let's write this movie.
Just an old crank. And then when they say that in the movie, people are like, "Oh, I get it."
We beat, yeah. But in the trailer, we had to be like, "Man, that guy's such a crank." We had to beat him over the head with it. No, but Spy is that movie with Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
It's actually a very funny movie. I've watched it several times. Pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, folks, before you go, on Craig's recommendation, just remember he also enjoys The Crew on Netflix.
To be honest with you, I never went back to it, so I didn't like it that much, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's disappointing. I thought we had a hit on our hands.
I stopped watching it after like episode 4.
Oh, all right. Well, speaking of hits, let's get back to Karen.
Speaking of
polish this trailer off.
Bad things happen to people that don't comply.
Oh yeah, this was the other thing too. The logo for Karen,
yeah,
it is the silhouette of the woman in the A, but over the K, there's blood dripping down it.
Oh boy, I bet she's gonna kill some minorities, huh?
Oh yeah,
or at least try.
Let's see.
Do we have a date?
No date.
Well, that's a good promotion. Get it trending on Twitter. When's it gonna come out? We don't know.
Fuck, people saw this. Karen movie aired.
Now we have to know. We've all got a date around it.
Oh yeah, no, we're definitely.
We may not be able to do it live because my guess is it's going to be a Friday or Saturday night and may conflict with other things.
It already aired.
It did?
February 7th, 2021. It will premiere on February 7th, 2021.
Why was this trending all day?
It's BET. Not that many people have that channel, I don't think.
Did it just re-air?
I have no idea.
Literally, there were articles written about it. Like the Hollywood Reporter is like, boy, the trailer's got everyone talking today.
I'm going to say BET Karen movie. All right, let's click this.
Is it possible it like premiered in theater? No, because theaters weren't even open then.
A final release. A final release date for Karen has yet to be announced, but it's movie's first. Oh, good! It's the first full trailer. There's more.
oh, good. There's more to be seen. Well, we haven't gotten enough of the plot yet.
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like it hasn't aired yet. I don't know what the. Oh, maybe it was a film festival or something.
I was trying to think of something like that, but I was like February 21st. Everything was probably shut down. But yeah, maybe a festival was probably more like it.
Mm.
Well, I hope it won plenty of awards. So good for Karen. Whenever it comes out, which now there'll definitely be a date.
I really
because everyone was talking about it today.
Oh yeah, I really hope someone creative steals our Crank idea and makes that movie.
I would hope so. Yeah, that's the we might have to get Luis J. Gomez back on this case. We're gonna have to have him back on the show because I got an idea to pitch him. That's right up their alley.
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right. So I guess kind of related to that, the not so subtle racism of America. I don't know anything about this IKEA story other than what you briefly told me before the show.
I'll read you the headline of the article.
Please.
IKEA Juneteenth menu with watermelon fried chicken sparks outrage.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine it sparked a little outrage. IKEA.
Was Kool-Aid not available?
Grape soda.
What the fuck? An Atlanta branch of the Scandinavian furniture chain has sparked outrage with what employees are calling an intensely problematic menu curated to celebrate the holiday, which marks the emancipation of African Americans from slavery.
I'm actually with them on this one.
I agree. This is very stupid.
What? We just did a little tasteful blackface to celebrate Juneteenth.
I mean, I guess it makes sense if it's like the Scandinavian people like, what would those people enjoy?
They just don't know. They think they're being progressive.
Oh, by the way, it doesn't end there.
Okay, please tell.
To honor
where was this IKEA, by the way? Was it all of them or
Georgia at least?
Okay.
There was outrage at one IKEA in Georgia. I don't know if this is because if
black people actually showed up to that one. Everyone else they were like, yeah, whatever. Just let me get to this fucking end table that I have to put together.
Everywhere else, they just go on Facebook Marketplace and haggle the prices down.
Yeah. Everyone else walked by the watermelon and just said, all right, it's time for me to get in a fight with my wife over screwing in this fucking coffee table.
To honor the perseverance of Black Americans and acknowledge the progress yet to be made, we observe Juneteenth on Saturday, June 19th, 2021.
That's good.
Begins an email acquired by TMZ.
It's a good holiday, by the way. No holidays in June. That's a smart day off. It's actually a holiday worth celebrating, unlike fucking George Washington's birthday.
We were talking about this on Very Good Show. It is the dumbest name in the history of time, to the point that we looked it up where they got it from. It's literally just merging June 19th together.
Well, so that's what I thought it was at first, and then I said it can't be that. But much like the Karen trailer, it is just as obvious as it looks, apparently.
Come on, you guys are more creative than this. Come on.
Juneteenth. And it's like, but you don't do, why not June 4th? Like I asked a buddy, I was like, why do they call it June? He's like, well, it's just combining June and 19th.
On Juneteenth?
I was like, yeah, but that's not a reason.
It's fucking kindergarten shit. But
Juneteenth.
This is my favorite part of the email. Look out for a special menu on Saturday, which will include fried chicken, watermelon, mac and cheese, potato salad, collard greens, and candied yams.
Oh, you people are going to love them collard greens.
You can get real full before you put that coffee table together.
I know how you like them collard greens. Now come on in. Get yourself some furniture. Now, y'all mind your P's and Q's when you come on in here. Have yourself a little watermelon.
Do you like chairs made out of particle board? Come on in. I'm already embarrassed enough to walk in here to buy furniture. Now you're going to mock me as I walk in the door.
Now make sure y'all behave yourselves. Just very subtly racist. Now we have all the items chained down to the floor, so don't try and make your way out with anything.
Every piece of clothing we sell here is 100% cotton.
You people are experts in that field, huh?
Huh? Do you like us yet?
Jesus Christ. What ill-advised... So, with shit like this, I've started to wonder. But they can't be doing it. I was wondering if they could possibly have done this just to get IKEA all over the news. But would you do it with this? I don't think so.
Not nowadays, definitely not.
No, right? Like, how do you not understand that that's a horrible idea?
It looks like it was just the one, and it was a 33-year-old. Wait, am I reading this wrong? It was one manager in Atlanta, I guess.
Boy, it surprises me out of Atlanta. You'd think they'd be better than that, you know?
You think they'd be excited to go to IKEA?
Well, IKEA is essentially ground zero for breakups. I'm sure stand-ups have had a field day with that. I'm sure I'm not the first person to think of it, but it is like the first fight me and Alba had in this house was me go, I'm gonna put the fucking thing together myself. Oh, you don't know what you're doing.
Oh my God. Every time. The screws never quite fit the threading they put in. Nothing.
The nail stripped, you bitch. It wasn't my fault.
It never comes well. It's always missing a piece.
Maybe you gave me a little help.
Why don't you read the directions? Ha ha, very funny.
Well, then get your father over here to do it. He's not here, is he? It's just me. And that's the kind of place that shouldn't be dipping their toe into race relations, you know?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
They haven't even gotten domestic bliss right. Why try and, solve a 400-year-old problem in this country?
33 workers called out that day because of
I mean, again, I'm not unreasonable with this shit.
Me either.
People think like any fucking cancel culture story. I'm like, this is outrageous. Like those employees probably saw that and said, "Welp, I don't want any pictures taken at this abortion, this fucking atrocity. I don't want to be seen at this thing."
Don't say abortion down south either. That'll cause a whole other thing.
I'm doing it to endear myself to them. I'm saying this is an abortion. This is just like that thing you guys hate.
Yeah. Nothing says abortion quite like fried chicken.
Fried chicken and watermelon.
Watermelon.
And as Dave Chappelle said, if you don't like chicken and watermelon, there's something wrong with you.
That's true.
You know?
True.
So maybe they were being progressive in a way.
Nothing gives me the squirts like fried chicken, though.
I don't know what collard greens are.
Isn't it like?
But just in the context I've heard them used, it sounds like a racist food to me.
Well, because I think they're just like a jacked up spinach, kind of.
I know nothing about it other than I always hear it referenced in a, kind of old timey racist Southern type voice.
Yeah, I've looked them up.
Collard greens.
It's like a lettucey type thing. In
yeah, no thanks.
People of the South, I'll call them. If I say black people in the South, it'd be very bad. All love collard greens. So I've looked it up before, and I'm like, well, man, like who loves vegetables this much? And you look it up, and they like douse it with like maple syrup and sugar and shit.
Is there any more to that article, or is that about it?
That's about all that matters.
That is wild. It's so fun. I'd love to like interview that guy, that greenlit, the marketing guy that greenlit that idea. This is kind of the problem. Here's where I'll start defending IKEA. I got there eventually. I figured it out in my head.
There we go.
I worked it out in my head how I could defend them. Where I will defend them is what I would love is an interview where this guy tells you what he was thinking, or gal, and is not shamed and is not like, we don't even want to give them a platform, and isn't dressed down. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? I just want to ask, like, what was your logic for doing this? And see what their explanation was without, like, wagging my finger at them.
Well, you know exactly what it was. They went, those people, oh, yikes. Yikes.
Yeah, but I just want to get them to say it.
Well, I don't know. I didn't mean to.
They like watermelon.
Well, that's what it is. That's what it is. They're trying to, endear themselves to.
Right. This guy's just like, was I wrong? Do they not love it?
I am trying to step around landmines right now. I don't even know how to phrase any of these sentences.
I got you back. That's why I say this guy. I try to make it so that if you clip it up, you can't get me.
I like to say this guy and you people and
this enemy of us says. Yeah, this one will get us canceled someday. Hopefully, that's the dream. Really,
this is definitely the closest we've been to the third rail so far.
Someday you and I will clink glasses and say, "Hey, we really did it."
Yeah, we did.
As we replay this episode.
Alex Jones just in the corner of the bar with us. Yo, you've been here for a while.
All right. Well, we done about an hour, right?
Hour.
Maybe I'll save the other shit for Thursday, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, there was some other news, but it didn't really rustle my jimmies, as they say.
What I will say, I have to do this, is we're trying to get Matt a date. I don't know if you saw this.
Another one?
Yeah, it went so bad.
Oh, was this discussed on the latest Very Good Show?
It sure was. It's entitled.
Oh, well, then I guess everyone should go listen to Very Good Show.
It's entitled "Boring Date."
I gotta listen.
Yeah, it's real bad, and people have pointed out that Matt sucks at telling stories. I think he just blacked out the date because it was very terrible.
But he's okay though. He's back with us.
He's back with us. It was a whole bunch of shit. I think that was the cherry on top. Was
Sure, yeah, I get it.
The problem was the woman met at his house before the date.
Okay.
Got a good look at the guy. Went, well, I'm here. I have to go through with it now.
Oh no.
That was the vibe I got from it.
Oh, okay. So she didn't.
So
she didn't come right out and say that at any point.
No. She went on the date, like, barely spoke. They ate at a bar. They didn't even get dinners. They just got an appetizer.
Well, so does he do any sort of Tinder magic with his photos, where he kind of makes himself look more presentable than he is?
There's a good chance that he uses photos of him when he was 100 pounds lighter.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
I don't think he would, but
bad idea.
We tried to get him to show us his profile, but he would not.
You want to do the opposite. You almost want to have, like, not your worst pictures, but like presentable pictures of you at your worst. You know what I mean? Like you at your fattest or something.
You want to look horrible, but have a nice smile.
Yeah, where no one's going to be disgusted by you, but they get the full picture of what you are. Then it's not false advertising. I even felt guilty. Not guilty, but when I was in my, my Tinder and Bumble days, I never put Legally Blind or anything like that in my bio.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want it to be the first thing people read.
Right.
But in hindsight, when she smartens up and kicks me out and I get back on these dating apps, I probably would put it in there. You know what I mean? Because then it doesn't feel like... Then if the person's not cool with it, then I don't have to ever fucking worry about it, you know?
Have a deal with them. But yeah, so that was that. It went really bad. I've had a brilliant idea. I'm trying to start a campaign to get Matt a date. And I said the first date, I want them to come in, watch us record Very Good Show live, and by the end determine if they'll go get a beer with them.
That's actually a great idea.
That's what I said. It's convincing the wife to have a stranger come to the house that's become the issue.
Right. Yeah, I can see that being problematic, but
if people
just don't tell her it's a guest, like oh, this is someone from Mike's show.
What if it's like some psychopath that's obsessed with my mic or something,
groupie, a Very Good Show groupie.
They just just to get their foot in the door. So maybe what it'll do is we'll record off-site somewhere if someone's willing to do that. They have the entire show to decide if they'll get a beer with Matt.
Well, you could probably head down to a Vaulted Podcast, and Matt from Rhode Island will hook you up.
As a fucking hike.
Well, don't frame it like that.
Whoa. I'm 2 states away.
I understand.
For all you Boston people, it's
if you're in the area, check out at Matt from RI and see what he's got to deliver. And check out patreon.com/blindmike. So if I decide to allow this out there and you're listening to this for free, and you like it, if you made it this far, it seems like you liked it. So check out patreon.com/blindmike and go listen to Very Good Show at CraigVGS on Twitter.
Yeah. We have
and all that fun stuff.
Boring Date out now. Go do that. Oh, and we've come to a conclusion on the Very Good Show fans name. What we're gonna call them.
Okay.
That's gonna be the Very Good Boys. But
okay, that's not bad.
We're gonna call them the VGB for short, a play on the KGB, and I hope they all become internet assassins. It'll make me so happy.
No, I don't love that, but
I love it. Wait till you see. I already got shirts coming out. I got it. Got it all.
The Very Good Boys, and I suspect there will not be a lot of delineation from the Proud Boys. Pretty much, you could just all hold one meeting.
That's why VGB is definitely going to be in play.
The Very Good Boys.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're a very good boy, go check that out. And I appreciate all of you. And I'll be Monday and Wednesday on the Kirk Minahan Show. All that stuff I already said. This is a podcast, so I don't need to repeat myself. Goodbye, everybody.
And I think to myself,